Amber Island released, we missed out on quite a lot of new features. So today, we're going to be checking out the new Pyrosite castles and loads of other stuff as well. First of all then, over on Fire Oasis and Fire Haven, if we go on over to our castle here, we should be able to upgrade it because apparently we have the Pyrosite castles to check out. 175 diamonds. Well, we've got to check them out. The Pyrosite crystals go all the way back to Dawn of Fire scrap stuff that wasn't actually released in-game. These were supposed to be the Firelands crystals. So essentially, this is something that we won't see in Dawn of Fire, but technically is Dawn of Fire. Oh, wow. Check that out, guys. Oh, it's a cool red. Wait, is it different on Fire Haven then? Okay, we need to head on over to Fire Haven to check this out. Because if they're not different, that would make a ton of sense. But if they are different, that would also make a ton of sense. Let's go ahead and try and upgrade this one then too. Oh yeah, they're both the same. You know, I was kind of expecting a bit of a different color between them. Fire Oasis is definitely a lot more vibrant. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. We're going to continue upgrading the Fire Haven one to save us a bit of diamonds. I'm honestly probably never going to use these, but these are so cool. And they're really important too. When these first released, it was such a monumental thing to get. Having all your monsters on the island. There we are. We have the carved Pyrosite crystal right at the top there. Finally, confirmation behind the Pyrosite crystals is in game right here. That is pretty monumental right there. Oh, and we have new bio. Because of their prolonged separation from the surface and time spent underground, fire monsters became the resident mineralogical experts of the monster world. While such crystals as Virgidian and Frosium still exist in copious quantities, if you know where to look, the fire elements crystal Pyrosite is far rarer. Only a few meager veins have survived to the current day. Luckily, the monsters were able to scrounge together just enough from the area near the living core to fashion 2 castles for the Fire Islands with enough beds to support their growing populations. Oh, that's right cool, Lord. There. I really like those castles. Really a big callback, those to Dawn of Fire. The biggest question now, though, is will we get ones for the magical islands with the crystals for what would have been the ones for the outer islands too, like Librox, if I'm saying that right, and Aurorium, and what's the other one? I can't remember, but it's on the screen right now, so all of you guys will know. So those 4 are the ones that I'm quite interested to see about, but also in game, guys, something which we didn't go over is the new icons. I'm really unsure what to make out of these because I love them, but then again, they're so confusing because if we have a look at these ones, let's say, and then we head on over to Wobbling Island, so we get loads of currency on screen at the same time. Look at this. The currency symbols look so similar now, it's really hard to work out what you're getting from these. So honestly, I personally think that the old ones might have been better, but still a very interesting change right there. Move out of the way, new icons. Oh, right. My torches keep doing this thing every time I go on an island now where random ones will light up. That is a bit weird, isn't it, guys? Anyway, we also have Epic Boscus, which we had the other day. Now, I've done a video on it. Here they are. Had to come and mention them as well, as Boscus was also a part of the update. Now, this one is pretty much like a skunk, and I don't think I saw anyone catch on that at all when Epic Boscus was being teased. So this was pretty well hidden, and we got a pretty large face preview too inside of that Season of Love trailer. I've got to say that is probably one of my favorite Epic Fire Elementals. They are doing really well with the Epic Fire Elementals so far. Oh, that is so cool. Okay then, now on over to Amber Island, because we need to go back to Amber Island right now. There's a few things which we didn't check out when Amber Island initially released. Now, I'm on my mobile version right now, so I actually don't have the Amber monsters. I'm working on it. But for the things that we didn't check out, we can actually go ahead and just check them out now. We have one obstacle left. You can go bye-bye. Ready for when we are expecting some more fire monsters whenever they might come. So first of all, we have the pass, which we didn't check out last time. Whoa. Okay, I've not actually seen these besides on the loading screen, so this is my first time checking these out too. Carved from a special variety of skylights. Oh, these are really playing on the lore of the crystals inside. Everything basically inside of this update is really playing into crystals and things from relics. And what about the crystal paths then from Celestial? The fire element sigil sign on this path tile is meant to emulate that of ancient relic of the monster world, the lofty mechanism of Stonehenge. The original was crafted from crystallized celestial energies and based on the constellation of Core of Flame and its hollow base that represents the living core. Lots of lore then inside of these. It's referencing all of the individual constellations then from the Celestials. The biggest thing which I'm probably most interested of all to check out inside of this video though is the new bio. I had to make a video on the Parasite castles and the bio because it's so marvelous, all of the lore behind Amber Island, and I've not had a chance to read it as of yet, so getting to read it now is going to be a real big deal. On the same higher plane of existence that houses Gold Island resides the reunited halves of the Fire Colossals' spirit in the form of Amber Island. So this is supposed to represent the Colossals from Firehaven and Fire Oasis, but now in their fully intertwined form. What an interesting ordeal there. I think we've got a bit of explanation to do with how that relates to Firehaven and Oasis now though, and how those Colossals operate. Is this just the overall form that the Colossal has managed to manifest, or is it something different? Because if it's in Firehaven and Fire Oasis, how can it be here too? A question that needs answering. And while the concept of reunion figures prominently in both islands, how it is achieved differs greatly. Oh, here we go. Amber Island was conceived as a seed vault, manifesting the potential for all of the original fire monsters from the era of Dawn of Fire as specialized vessels, especially from the sap-covered green trees that dot its landscape, to the powerful energies of the relics encased inside its amber castle, connect it back to foundational elements of the monster world, and indeed to the very essence of the multiverse's mighty but mercurial world tree. Once brought into being, the fire monsters here sing a song of elevation tempered with a wistfulness for simpler times. So they're basically longing for the dawn of fire. That is a really interesting lore there. I love how it's the same Colossal from Firehaven and Fire Oasis. That is some great lore. I'm really into that idea. There we go. I've popped on over to Nathan's Island. I hope he doesn't mind. I don't have them on mobile right now because I just wanted to say how marvelous the Amber Island song is before we go. If any of you haven't listened to it, please do make sure to go and listen to it, as it's marvelous. What is going on with the audio on here? Nathan, you've got some weird stuff going on here. I think we've got some kind of lag going on. Okay, I wasn't expecting to end the video like this. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to leave a like down below and make sure to subscribe too, guys. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, so make sure to pop on along at 3:30 PM EST to that. See you later though for now. Bye.